Hello everybody and welcome back to Martin's Does Wooden Models, and welcome to part 2 of the Marble Night City Run Assembly step-by-step guide. This model is by Rokr, and if you fancy one of these yourself, I've got a link in my description. And before we begin, make sure you also leave a like because your support is massively appreciated, and make sure you subscribe for more videos and ring the bell for video notifications. And thank you everybody. And if you haven't seen it already, you can go and check out part 1 of this Marble Night City step-by-step assembly on my channel, where I assembled. It was around 11 runs and there are just a few tricky things with them, so you can go and check it out. But if you've got that far already and you have not went any further than that, then you're in the right place. So let's start with a couple of runs and then we'll move on to the actual gear assemblies, so the actual mechanics, like the biggest mechanics of this actual marble run. Okay, let's jump straight in. So we've got our pieces here. Obviously I'm not going to show you me popping out all the pieces because I keep mentioning this. Who wants to watch a video for like 5 hours, you know? Not that I'm saying it would be 5 hours long, but it would be a couple of hours, you know? And me staring at the instructions probably for another like 2 hours. You know what I mean. Right, let's pop these 2 screws in. I'm not going to pop them in fully because this has to go on this actual run still as well, you see. These screws are so tiny, and with my sausage fingers, they are very hard to pick up, so I just chuck it in my hand, much easier. Okay, let's do that. And I would love to know, guys, I'm always very curious of how far my videos from Scotland are reaching, so I would love for you to tell me where are you actually watching my videos from. That would be just amazing. So just leave a comment down below in the comments section just to let me know. That would be amazing, and thank you. Right, so when it comes to these runs with these little M2 pieces, you need to make sure that the silver side stays on the top. You see, always. Right, on to the next bit. Let's go and grab these 2 little guys. Pop these in. Okay. Nice and gentle, we do not want any breakages. Ooh, not that easy to pop this one in, I'll tell you. I feel like I'm gonna break in there. Trying to push this corner in first, even just a little bit, to get the other side in, because it is actually quite difficult to get it in. Nearly there. God, that was not easy to get in at all. So a little bit, just a little wee flake kind of came off, but I'm just going to push it in just to keep it in place. Right, on to the next piece. Okay, make sure the bottom's nice and flush again. As you can see, that bottom right there, nice and flush. Excellent. Okay, on to the next bit. Let's pop these guys in. Just be careful. Don't want to put too much pressure on these because it is very, very easy to break these. Right, let's push them in and make sure again they are flush, because we want that. We want those balls to run through smoothly, you see. We don't want it to be stuck somewhere here because these aren't flush. Okay, we can use our tool to help us push it in. Yes, see? Much better. Okay. Again, little wee tool. Yep. There we go. Helps by miles. Pushing it right in, you see. Excellent. Now onto this little guy. Again, nice and flush. Hear that little wee click? Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Whenever you hear clicks, you're like, oh yes, that clicked right into place, you know? Excellent. Okay, so that run is basically done. Well, it is done for now. Now on to the next run. So moving on to another run. Again, 2 little screws, so I'm just going to pop it in my hand because I've got sausage fingers, you know. It's very hard to grab them. Right, let's screw this in. Not fully, because I still need to screw onto the actual run. And remember, keep the silver side on the top of the M2 part. Come on, screw, where are you going? Okay. Nice. Let's go and pop this on now. Okay. Looks like there's something there. Just didn't want to screw in fully. Like, it did screw in fully, the actual screw, but it didn't want to stay flush. I know the other screw was flush basically, but the back just didn't want to go in for some reason. It's like there was a little piece of some sort in a way. Interesting. Let's try that again. Start with the other side just to keep in place. Yeah, that's much better. There you go. So there was like a gap here, which was a bit strange, but yeah, did it again. Started with the other corner, and it just kept it flush basically. So yeah, excellent. Okay, let's keep on going. So onto this again. So as you can see on the actual track, you can see a triangle and a circle. And when you look at this piece, you can also see a triangle right here and a circle right here. So you know how they have to match up. So if I turned it this way, it wouldn't match up basically. So that's why you have to do it this way, you see. The right way. Just need to follow the instructions correctly, you know. I wonder if you can... No, we can't. I tried to kind of push it in this way, but we can't. That's impossible. Okay, let's try and get this one in. Remember how hard it was? Ah, nice. And again, just a little wee piece came up. I'm gonna take that one off. Don't want any interference with the balls running through that. Okay, now on to this guy. This should be a little bit easier. Right, let's see. Push these in. Yep. Hear the little wee click. That's good. That's what we want to hear. Excellent. Nice. Okay, now on to these guys. So these are really thin halfway through. So you've got to be very careful. It'd be so easy to break these off. And I don't think I saw a spare part for it. Maybe I just missed it, maybe there is, but I didn't see one. So just be very careful. You don't want to be using super glue, you know, then just waiting and then being very, very careful because you might break it again, you know. Okay. Come on, there we are. Okay, just making sure it's all flush. Aha, hear that click. Excellent. Okay, same with the other side. Nice. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so when we look at these pieces, they are definitely different. So now we basically are going to have to stack one on top of another, but you have to be careful on how you stack them up. So see this run with these two legs poking out, that will be on the top and the other one will be at the bottom. It doesn't have any legs poking out. Okay, so we go for these plastic pieces now. Oh, that is satisfying. Oh, nice. It's like getting a brand new phone and you just peel off that stickers, eh? Right, so remember the leg bit goes at the top and the other one at the bottom. Okay, so just like that. We of course now have to pop these little guys in place just so it holds everything together nice and tightly, but be careful when you pop them on, you don't want to break any of these rails. So just watch where you're kind of holding your fingers when you're pushing it all in. Can always use your little wee tool, remember, if you got sausage fingers like myself. Okay, nice. I think I just heard something. It sounded like something maybe broke with my sausage fingers. Let me see. No, it looks alright. I'm pretty sure I heard the noise. Oh well. I don't know. That was a bit odd. Surely you heard the noise as well. Very interesting. Well, nothing's broken anyway, so it's all fine. So we got our first transparent plastic bit on, and just look at that, looks so cool. Now what we're going to have to do is pop another one on the other side. Okay, push that screwdriver away, we won't need that. Well, listen to this. Oh, how satisfying is that? Absolutely love it. I know it's weird, but I'm sure everybody gets satisfied when you have to do that. Anyways, let's pop the other side on, just like that. Again, these little guys to keep it in place. Now it becomes a little bit easier to pop them on because there's the other transparent plastic on the other side. So we can just kind of hold on to both sides like that and just push it in. The run was a little bit in my way there, so I'm just using my tool. Ooh, careful, careful. There we go. Now the bottom. Excellent. Perfect. There we go. Look at this. That is neat. Excellent. So we can leave this on the side and now move on to the actual mechanical parts of this marble run. Okay, so now we need these guys. So let's go and connect them up. Okay, just make sure you follow the instructions correctly, because as I keep mentioning, you do not want to mess anything up. You want everything to work perfectly fine. Okay. That's our first one. Now on to our second one. Okay. Okay, so that's our two pieces right there. Now we go ahead and grab these guys. Okay, so again, once it comes to the transparent bits, they all have plastic sheeting on it, so make sure you rip it off. Oh my god, that is so satisfying. One more. Oh, absolutely love it. So cool. Okay, now let's go and pop these guys in. So we follow the wheel. So two of these will go in here. Well, the two legs, I mean. Just be careful. Nope. Nearly popped in the wrong place, to be honest. Not that easy to pop it in, I'll tell you. Come on. Aha, there we are. And now the other guy. So that goes in like this. Oh. It'll fell apart. It's a little bit loose. Okay. Yeah, these are not easy to pop in. Very tight. Kind of just have to wiggle them about. Yes, there we go. Okay, so then that goes through the big wheel. If you can line them up on the first go. Aha, there we go. No, something isn't right here, definitely not. Ah, I see. I'm just like, why is this leg here? See that? So we didn't allow it to be nice and flush against the transparent gear. So, we actually have to turn it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's very loose, that. Well guys, so this piece is definitely right. So the other piece has to point away. There you go. Oh, let's see. No, that's not right. Come on, you need to point away. So I'm just looking at this. That is definitely correct. Let me look at this piece. I'm just going to dismantle this again. Okay. Let's see. So this should be it now. It's very loose there. Very loose. Once it goes in the gear, it will help it to kind of stabilize itself, but if it does keep moving all the time and if it will start affecting the actual model, I'm just gonna glue it into the place. That is very loose. So when we look at this now, yes, that looks way better. There we go. So these two are lined up as well. Yes, that's much better. Sometimes it's just easy to make mistakes, isn't it? But thankfully, I saw it straight away because I wasn't able to pop this in and keep it nice and flush, you see. So it was very easily caught and fixed. Right. There we go. Excellent, look at this nice big piece. Oh, I love the plastic parts. It just makes it look like so nice and shiny and modern, shall I say? It's just very cool. Right, okay, on to the next part. So everything's been pulled out already, and this big gear, it needs a lot of wax, and make sure you sand them first so there's no burrs or any imperfections, and then apply a lot of wax. I usually tend to kind of go overboard with wax because I just want to make sure that everything's covered and it runs as smooth as possible, you see. Right, so now we go ahead and put this on. I'm going to move away this run. I don't want to kind of keep nudging it with my hand, sorry. Let's see. Be very careful when you pop this one on, because I can tell straight away I have to wiggle it quite a lot to get it in place, so just be very careful. So this C3A, make sure you get the right piece. Okay. So when we pop this piece in, we're gonna see that these four legs, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're gonna pop into that gear, you see. And I wonder if you have to pay attention, yeah, so it looks like these two dots, there's two dots here at the bottom. There's one line at the top. So I'm going to keep that line at the bottom for now, just to see. Ah, so you can't pop it in this way anyways. So the line has to stay, the two dots have to stay at the bottom. That's how it looks like in the actual instruction. So you have to turn this. So see with these two things, if you try and pop it in, so if it stays at the bottom, this little guy here, you're not going to be able to pop it in if you want to keep the two dots at the bottom, because this leg is in the way and it just keeps hitting this part, so you have to turn it, if that makes sense, and then it allows it to go into place. There we are. Oh, it's all coming together. Look at that, nice big piece. Oh, that even feels great as well. Absolutely magical. Okay, now let's grab some more pieces. So when it comes to the next step, installing this on top of this gear, so we can clearly see that there are two lines on this big gear, and there's also two lines on this little round piece. Well, it's not that little, but you get the drift. So we need to make sure that they both join up basically. So that just goes on the top like this. And then there we go. This is our part in now. And now we continue. Alright, so we grab these pieces, pop these little guys in. Oh, nope. Started on the wrong one there, on the big one. So both of them have to join up, so I can just pop the little one in now and then add the rest of the pieces. Don't push them straight through, just make sure they're flush at the back. That's all you need to do. So I'm just going to push them through. If they're not fully flush, I'm just going to fix that in a second, you see. All I'm trying to do is just pop all those pieces in, and then I'm just going to use my little wee tool and just kind of push the top to make sure they're all flush. Just like that, you see? Excellent. Right, now on to the next pieces. There we go. So more satisfaction. Oh, absolutely love it. One more. That is nice. Right. Let's pop this guy on here. Nice and gentle. Probably need a wiggle. Yep, it does. Just wiggle it about and it'll just pop in there very, very nicely and easily. Now this little guy. Excellent. Now this right here. Nice. Excellent. Now onto this guy. Okay, so we got two of these pieces here. See these guys, they're exactly the same. C3B, so make sure they're actual B ones and not other letters. Okay, so I felt a little bit that these little wee legs kind of pushed through, so I'm going to use my little tool again just to push it in and hold the top as well, so everything's nice and flush and nicely tight, you see. Right, so when it comes to this piece, yeah, so when we look at it, two lines, see these two lines, they stay that side. I know we can just turn and twist it and stuff, but I'm just trying to follow instructions on how they're showing it, you see, so I'm gonna do it like this. So this one single line is on that side, two lines on the other side. I don't think it's gonna matter just now anyways, but it might. I just like to follow instructions as they are showing, you see. Excellent, so now we got our O piece. Look at these two guys. Oh, nice. They're nice and big, and they actually feel really nice as well. I just realised I never popped this little guy on. That's quite funny, isn't it? But I was right there. It's not like I would have forgotten, you know. I forgot for a second, but it's okay. It's all fine, you know. Right, on to our next pieces. So what I did here, because I looked at the steps after I assembled these little guys, I actually waxed both sides just in case. It doesn't show you that in the instructions, but I just did it anyways, just in case, because you're going to see why in the next steps. Okay. Whoop. So let's pop this in right to the top, right to the back. There we go. And then this little guy. Okay. There we go, this is what I'm talking about. So see this piece right here. So we need to wax this. You can see I waxed it already because you can see the marks. So I waxed the inside and a little bit on the outside as well. And this actually goes in here. See? This is why I also waxed the little guys. It doesn't tell you to do that in the instructions, but I'm like, I better do it because it just makes it so much smoother, you see. Okay, and then we pop this little guy in. Alright. Nice and gentle. Give it a wiggle if it doesn't go in straight away, you know. You definitely don't want to be forcing it too much. Just wiggle it. Right. Now onto this gear. As you can see, it has been all waxed and sanded. So yeah, plenty of wax on this one. I want everything to run as smooth as possible. Ooh. Okay. So that's that piece. So now we come to our little wee metal rod. So this is 20 mils. And if you're actually not too sure how to see if it's a 20 mil or not, but it should be pretty easy because when you take all of them out of the packet, you would just line them up. So this is the smallest one in the actual pack. But if you want to kind of be 100% sure, you see, you can use your little wee tool. It's actually got a little ruler on it. So you can pop it on that ruler. So as we can see, it goes from 1 to 3. So that's 20 mils, you see. So 2 centimeters. Very easy. So now we need a black sleeve. Metal rod sleeve, not the transparent one. So don't be mixing them up. You need to make sure it's nice and flush, just like that. Then we come to this guy and it goes through right here. See that? Excellent. Now we grab these guys. Chuck that tool away, I don't need it. So, I'm gonna have to pop this on. It's not gonna go that deep though. Gonna have to push it in a little bit because that will have to stay at the back, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not actually. That is actually very interesting. Let me see. Aha! See? We live and we learn. I just put it through the wrong side. It was as simple as that. Another little wee mistake, but it's okay. It's all easy fixable, you know. Nice, all you got to do is just keep glancing back at instructions and you're sorted. So this guy on, then the gear. Again, sanded and waxed, and I'm just lining the gears up as well. Nice. And then now this little guy on the top. So let's have a look. There we go. See there, running nice and super smooth. There's no scratchy noises or anything because there's plenty of wax. And yeah, I would definitely suggest you to wax those little guys that are in there as well. As I mentioned, it doesn't tell you to do that in the instructions, but you better do it. And as you just saw, everything just kind of fell off, you know. Too waxy, too waxy. No, there's just nothing to hold it in place, you see. Right, okay. Soon enough, there's going to be something to hold in place, so don't worry about it. Okay, so that is definitely working. Amazing. Now, let's get our other pieces. Right, so we come to this piece now. Okay, let's grab our next pieces and just pop them on. So that right on there. When it comes to this little piece, you can see a hole right there, so that's where this metal rod has to go through. There's no other tiny little holes anywhere else, so you cannot miss that. There's zero way for you to miss it. Okay, another wee little guy on here. Nice, and then a wee metal rod, so a sleeve basically, that's what it is. That will go on this metal rod right now, and don't forget, it's not the transparent one, it's the black one. So let's go and push that in. Use your little wee tool. just make sure it's nice and tight. Right. Not the easiest thing to do. I'm going to use the other side. Push it back. There we go. Yes, there we go. That's much better. So it's a bit, yeah, much tighter now, because I was just saying, this is just gonna, it's still moving back and forth. This is very loose, and I'm hoping that it's going to sort itself out somehow, because I don't like it being too loose. Right, on to our next piece, right here. So, this little guy will go on here, just like that. Nice. And then the other one right here at the bottom. Just pay attention to how they're going in. So see this side, the nice smooth side, so that both of them are coming towards me basically, you see, not on the other side. Okay, excellent. Oh, careful there with those big gears, eh? Now we just go on and pop this in. Right here. Be careful when you're trying to push it through. So it's the two little pieces that I popped on the other piece that are going to be pushed into the other piece. Ooh. I just lost a soldier. Come on. Okay, so both of them are in, that's good. But I just realised that I lost trying to get it back in. I lost the sleeve. Okay, it just kind of fell off. Not too sure how. It's very easy to go on, so it might be just that it's a little bit too loose, maybe. Okay. So I'm just going to push it in a little bit. Oh, my head banged into the camera there. Sorry. I'm going to push in the metal rod just a little bit, just kind of even both of the sides out, because when you actually look at the instructions, it looks like the front is flush, to be honest, and I can't see the back of it to see if it's poking out, so that's why I'm leaving it. So I will leave it flush at the front, because that's how it looks like in instructions. So the whole thing feels a little bit fiddly just now, so I'm hoping that it's all going to be sorted very soon. Okay, now we go and get our next pieces, which are right here. So let's just go ahead and pop them on. Here's the first one. These are these gonna help? Well, they kinda, sort of helped a little bit. I'm gonna push that black sleeve in again. It's very loose, those sleeves. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's getting definitely better. I was getting a bit worried there, like, it's getting kind of all a little bit loose and jiggly. Everything felt a bit too free, basically, to move. Anyways, it's looking good, it's looking good. So, got these guys on. Now, we are going to assemble the actual handle. Okay, so we're going to use our tool for that as well, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we can pop this right in here. So your little washer, basically, type of thing. Okay, not the washer, the nut, sorry. Okay, so this is basically the washer. Oh. So that goes in that. Then the washer. I'm gonna pop the screw through the handle. So using one hand, magic. Oh, I might as well just, I could have just, yeah, done this instead first. So just screw on the first part. Okay. So this is as far as it's going to go. So the actual handle is going to be a little bit loose, which is fine, you know. nothing wrong with that. Now we're going to use the tool to give us a wee hand with tightening the rest of it. Whoop. Okay, nearly there. Okay, nice. So that part is nice and tight. Excellent. So we can pop these away now, and we can go ahead and pop the handle on. And there will be another piece following after. Let me just go and grab another piece. So here's our little guy. Let's just go ahead and pop that on, and then this part, this big piece, will be done. As we can see, there it is. So let's turn the handle. Be nice and gentle. Okay, there we go. So it is running very nice and smooth. Excellent, nice. I'm not so keen, to be honest, on that handle. I would like a nice chunky handle. That is really quite tiny, to be honest, for my sausage fingers, you see. Right, let's continue. Let's grab our next little pieces and just start popping them in. No faffing here, you see. Okay. Oh, it's not wanting to really go in. God. Oh, that is hard to push in. Oh. Try and not push her from the top, because you might push her really just too hard, just like I'm doing just now, and you might just snap it in half. So that is very tight. Oh, goodness. Okay, then that one goes in through the bottom. Again, very tight. I could give the little legs a little wee sanding, just so they're flush, because that one's... Yeah, there's a little piece that... Oh, God. Bang the camera with the head again. Got a big head as well, eh? So there's a little bit that came off, so I'm just going to kind of get it off, just so it's nice and flush, because that's how we want it to be. Don't want any gaps anywhere. There you go, that's much better. See, nice and flush. Excellent. So from this side, that looks nice and flush. But when we look at this side, it's actually not. And the same situation here. So there's just a little bit. It's like there's just a little bit too much wood, really. Okay, let's try that again. So the pokey bit goes here. Okay, yeah, that was much better. Let's see if it's flush. No, not 100%. Give me 1 second, just gonna grab my sandpaper. Yeah, I'm not so keen on those legs. It's just not going in, so I'm gonna give them just a little sanding, because I want it to be flush. I don't want anything to have gaps, because these kits don't need gaps. They're not designed to have gaps, really, you see. So let's see. Hey, that's a little bit better. There we go. Don't want to sand off too much, because then it might just be too loose. There we go. That is definitely better. Excellent. Nice. Let's pop that sandpaper away. Don't need it anymore. Right. So now we take this guy. Oh, nice. What a cool sound. Oh, and I cannot wait till it's complete to see how it works. And also motorizing. Now that would be just amazing, you see. Okay, so we turn this, pop this right here. Some focus here, don't want to break anything. My sleeve popped out. Yeah, that sleeve is very loose. Crazy. Well, let's try that again. I'm gonna keep my finger in the middle there, so I don't push it in too much again. Too far, I mean. Oh, the thing's opening up. Right, okay, there we go. So that bit wasn't easy again. just to let you know. So you have to be very careful, just patient, you know. Okay, so this goes here. Just make sure you put it in the right way, because there is a hole on this side, so you have to keep it that way, not towards the handle part. Okay, just push that in. There we are. Nice. Is this supposed to be straight? I wonder. No, it doesn't look like it. That'll probably be a track where the ball just kind of comes in, or comes down and keeps going, or other way. We'll see once it's all completed, you see? Okay. Nice. So I assume we actually would do want a little bit of looseness here. We do not want it too tight. So it's not too tight. Oh, 2 seconds? Felt a bit strange. Oh no, there we go, yeah. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Nice. So you want the looseness a little bit. Okay. And now we pop this guy in. It's just nice and gentle. Nice. Okay, it's one end in, now onto the other one. Excellent. Nice, there we go. Look at that. That looks magic. Okay, so put this on the side for now. Now grab our other pieces. There we go. And let's go ahead and pop them in. Give it a wee jiggle, because that is quite tight. So this will go at the back, so I'm going to put it on now. Otherwise it might be a little bit of a struggle if I pop both of these in first and then the end. Sorry, the back bit piece. Yeah, there we go. That was nice and easy. Nice and straightforward. So yeah, we'll keep this on the side for now. We're going to need it very soon. But now we come on to the big gears. There we go. This big beast. Right. So what we need is, let's push this to the side a little bit. So we need our metal rod. So this is the longest one that you have in the packet, and there's only one. So there's no way you can mix those up. So we need one of these and 2 sleeves, and we need black ones again, not the transparent ones. So I'm going to pop this to the end. Where did my little tool go? My tool disappeared. I'm just going to use a little random piece. Okay. Pop that straight through. Then the big gear. Oh, it's shaping already. God. Oh, this is cool. Like a chopper, eh? That is cool. Maybe not do that, because it might just fling off by pulling out that rod, or the sleeve might just come off and you might just break the top. You know? Dangerous game. Okay. Now we grab this piece right here. Be very careful. Oh. Everything just feels very quite fragile. Yeah. Definitely. So let me pop the shaft, the metal shaft through first. Oh. Need to line up those 2 gears, so the big massive gear and this little one. So that might not be that easy. So I'm going to push out the metal bar. There we go, the 2 gears are lined up. Now I'm going to push the metal bar through. Pop the sleeve on just to keep everything in place. And I have lost my sleeve. Let me go and grab it. So I had to get another sleeve, to be honest, because it just disappeared in the carpet somewhere, and I'm not going to spend days trying to find it because it's so tiny, and we all know how hard it is to find these things, you see. So I just grabbed a new one because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple spare anyways. Right, let's push this sleeve right in. So I'm not going to put it right super tight in just now. So this will go through first. Oh, keep moving, there we go. Let's move that gear out of the way. Push that right in. And yeah, got my little tool as well, as you noticed. Very handy to just have it with you in it. And this little guy goes in there. Oh, that's quite... not hard, but fiddly to get in. Again, sausage fingers, you know. Okay. So now, let me push it in. It might be that it doesn't have to go in super hard, because then it might just be all too tight, but let's see. So there's a little bit sticking, there should be a little bit sticking at the back as well. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Just let me push it down a little bit. So I'm going to use this offcut put at the bottom so we don't damage the worktop, you see. Yes, there we go. That's better. So from the instructions it looks like there's a little bit sticking out, you see, so that's why I'm leaving it like that. Now let's give it a turn. It might be too tight, might not be. Seems okay. So that should be in here. So that plastic gear, that should be right in here. But that will all align up. It will all line up later on. It's definitely turning perfectly fine, as you can see. Nice. So it's good to test all these things as you go along, you see. Otherwise, you might complete it and then it turns out that nothing's working properly because something wasn't assembled properly or something's far too tight and blah blah blah, you see. Right, so we're nearly finished this. We just got a couple more pieces to add and then this whole actual mechanical geary part will be done. So we come to our part O now. So this is this gear part that we assembled. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we've got shaft sleeve. We will have shaft sleeves, I mean metal rod. And that is 40 mils. Don't forget you can use the little tool to measure it. And yep, 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. So 40 mil, perfect. So let me pop on. So black shaft sleeve. Again, let's push that right in. Perfect. And I did have another one, and as I was picking the other one up, it just kind of rolled away. God, it's so easy to lose these. I think I've got probably about 20 in my carpet. Right, anyways, let's keep going. So let's pop this through. Pop the gear on. We need to make sure that this wooden gear is lined up with this wooden gear, so it all runs smoothly, you see. Okay. So let's pop that gear actually in first, because that'll probably make it a bit easier. I'm gonna keep it like this, so the metal rod is still in there, but not fully. Let's see. Still fell out. So anyways, the gears are engaged, so let's hold it in place. Pop the metal rod through it. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Turn that around. That handle's kinda in a way now. Then we pop this guy on. Nice. And another shaft sleeve. And to me, oh my god, no way. Don't even ask. My god, they are so slippy and fiddly. God, I don't even know how it just jumped away like that. Did you see that? I just tried to pop it in and I tried to grab my little wee tool and it just disappeared. Oh, nearly lost another one. My goodness. Look at that. Go on there. There you go. That's better, thank you. So I'm going to push that right in, turn that around. I'm going to put a random piece at the bottom because I'm going to push right in from this side. There we go. Excellent. So we've only got just a few more pieces to put together, and then this video will end because this whole mechanical part will be complete. And look at that, that is actually quite big. Let's give it a wee test. I'm just trying to figure out where to hold it. So imagine this was not moving, this part here. So it's actually not easy to test. Because I'm trying to hold it in place so it doesn't turn. But as you can see, it's definitely all running perfectly fine. And is smooth. See? All that wax coming off. So that's all the excess wax, which is good. So obviously I over waxed it, but I always do that because I like to make sure that everything's super smooth. And now let's go and assemble our last pieces for this part 2 of Marble Night City Run assembly. Right, so we got this, pop the little guy in. Then we got 3 of these, and I don't know why in the instructions it says to keep the pattern on the top of this piece right here, because there is no pattern on any of these apart from that it just says B5 on it. That's it, that's the only pattern, because there's 2 holes and a line in the middle of them, on all of them, on both sides. So I'm not too sure why it says to keep the pattern on the top. Strange. And yeah, that doesn't go in the middle. Notice how I popped that straight in the middle. Actually goes here. Okay, let's pop that in. Nice, and let's go and attach it. Okay. So it might be a little bit fiddly, so be very careful. So it just gets attached to the other half round pieces, half circle pieces. Very careful. Just make sure everything is nice and flush on the inside again. There we go. Nice. So that just holds all of them together just nicely. And we just repeat the same process on the other 3 pieces. Okay. Come on, just go in there. Why aren't you moving? Okay. I think I may have just noticed something. So I think I know what I mean by pattern. So yes, the pattern is literally just the B5. So when I look at it, see the sides. So the right hand side and left hand side, the actual length of the depth, however you want to describe it, like there's a difference in actual sizes. So this hole here is bigger than that hole, just slightly. Never even noticed that. You can hardly see it, but there is a difference because it was upside down for the middle part and I did not want to go into this piece on the right hand side. Interesting. Okay, let's keep it going. Gonna use my little wee tool actually. Help me push in the middle part. Come on. Oh, that is fiddly. Oh, there we go. I'm pretty sure it just popped out on its own slightly. Let me see. Yeah, it did indeed. Maybe once this last piece is in, it'll stay in place. Because we don't want it to keep popping out, you know? Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, these are not easy to get in. That handle's gonna be scratched to pieces. from the table, you see. Just keeps moving about all the time. Come on, get in there. Yes. So just using my tool to push it right in. There we go. Just making sure everything's in, especially the middle part because it was popping out. Yes. There we go. Whew, that was not easy. Not easy at all. Okay, so we got one more piece that has to go in, and then that is it for part number 2. Okay, so let's just pop this in. Again, just be very careful so it just goes in on the top here. Just slide in. Very gentle. I feel like this could have been actually put in before that gear went in, because it just makes it more difficult, and it's a very fragile piece as well, and it's hard to get in to push the end in. There we go. So let's have a look. So that should be in between them. Yep, there we go. It does look a little bit sort of squint, but it will sort itself out once it goes in the actual base. So let's give it a wee turn. Oh. Nope. Something's not right here. Something's very tight. Oh, there we go. I think it was caught up somewhere. It loosened itself out. Yes. Oh, trying to hold that piece right here in place. That one there. Just so it doesn't turn. Nice, definitely working. And there's more wax coming off, but that's perfectly fine. That's good, that's what I like to see. And that is it for part 2. So what we did was we assembled these 2 runs and joined them up, and then we assembled this massive mechanical piece of that run, and it is actually pretty big, and I cannot wait to see that run. It's going to be pretty good size as well, and it's working perfectly fine. Excellent, nice. And I hope you all enjoy this, and if you have not seen part 1, then make sure you go and check it out, and please make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more, and ring the bell for video notifications so you do not miss videos like these. And thanks so much again for watching, guys. I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.